my dream bees, and welcome back to a yoga philosophy video. I want to go in depth today in one of my favorite practices. We're going to be talking and learning about pranayama. Now, pranayama is something that at the beginning can seem a little bit scary to start. It takes some time to really work on our lungs so that way that they feel comfortable enough to do these practices on the long term. So let's go into a couple of practices and really talk about where this comes from. So the word pranayama, in Sanskrit, prana is that life force energy. What does this mean, life force energy? That is that part of us that shines, that brings us vitality, that part of us that truly is keeping us alive. And ayama is our expansion of breath. So this is the part that really is holding that life force energy. The fact that we are able to expand it is really what is keeping us vital, happy, and healthy. So together, prana and ayama is expanding that breath and expanding that life force energy. We know when we practice yoga that as we breathe, we are truly working on our lungs. We are working on getting as much oxygen into the body, into the muscles. So we're really working on expanding that oxygen. Now, this is also a part of the 8 limbs of yoga. In our yogic path, pranayama is our 4th limb. So we know that we practice expanding the breath. Once we focused on our yamas, our internal views, our niyamas, our external views, then we go into our asana practice, that physical part of yoga. Once you've done your physical practice, then we go into pranayama. Because now that you have calmed the body, worked on your muscles, your body is able to be still. Once your body is able to be still, you've already worked on your lungs, you've worked on your heart. Now you can go even deeper. That's where pranayama comes in. We can go deeper into the body. It also requires a lot of concentration. This is getting us closer to meditation. That's why pranayama is so important in our yoga practice. Because if we want to sit and meditate, we need to be calm. We need to prepare the body first. So as we're working on that concentration, we are working on our breath. And we're going to notice there are different types of ways that we can bring this breath and this life force energy into our bodies. In Ayurveda, for example, pranayama can be used to bring the body back into balance. So if you want to go into your meditation practice, we need to make sure that we are balanced first. For example, when you're feeling overly hot, overly heated, a little bit angry, a little bit intense, a cooling pranayama is going to help you come back into balance. And when you're feeling slow and lethargic, when you feel like your mind is having a hard time keeping things quick and clear, then we can do a heating breath, something to bring more energy into the mind. Even our yoga practice has a very different type of breathing. It is often an Ujjayi breath that we use in yoga, which we're going to go into after, and we're going to practice the different types all together. So this is how beautiful pranayama is, because it is very specific to your body and to your needs in that exact moment. The same way that when we breathe, we can feel a difference when we breathe out of the mouth and when we breathe out of the nose. Because the whole point here is that we want to bring everything into balance and to purify ourselves. So we know that having fresh oxygen is going to purify the lungs. Having good circulation is going to purify the muscles, get things flowing. And then it's also going to purify the mind, because you're bringing clear, fresh energy into the mind. So I can't stress this enough. This is a powerful practice. So you have to be kind with yourself as you're starting pranayama practices, because they can be very challenging. There's times when I've seen people do yoga classes and they feel so lightheaded at the end because they're not used to all this intense breathing, bringing all that oxygen up into the head space, up into the brain. It can be very powerful. But with that power, it can be so healing. So this is why pranayama is just so wonderful. Let's learn about some of the most common types of pranayama that are easy for beginners to start with. We're going to start with just a deep belly breath. So prepare your hands now. We're just going to place our hands onto our bellies. You can place one hand over the other. Find yourself seated comfortably, maybe in an easy pose. Maybe you have your feet planted on the ground. And you just start to distance yourself from everything around you. Your eyes are closed so that you can focus on your body now. Your breath will calm itself naturally, and your mind will follow. As you're seated here, start to feel the warmth of your hands on your belly. See if that feels good, warming up this part of your body. We want to send calm energy into the belly now. Calm and soft. And when everything feels good, start to intentionally breathe into your hands, allowing the belly to expand. You can't hold it any longer. Exhale and just watch the belly as it falls. Continue like this, inhaling into the hands. Exhaling, allow the belly to fall. Allow there to be movement in the organs and the intestines. And you're listening to all of the whispers here. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Feeling all this space that you are creating. And exhale. Beautiful. Keep this energy with you. And you can release your hands and open your eyes whenever it feels good. So that is our deep belly breath. Amazing when you're feeling stressed, anxious. A wonderful way to connect with yourself and really heal this part of your body. If you're trying to heal your digestion, if you're trying to heal your solar plexus or sacral chakra, this is an amazing pranayama to do. You have power and energy in your body, and you just have to use it. Let's go into a different breath. Let's go into our Ujjayi breath. This is what we use when we hold our asanas. An Ujjayi breath is breathing in from the nose, blocking the muscles in the throat. And as you exhale, you're breathing out of the nostrils, but you're holding that throat as if you're breathing from the mouth. So what I mean by that, as if you're going, but we're going to not breathe from the mouth. We're going to use the same movement of the throat, but breathe from the nose. So, for example, inhaling from the nose and exhaling from the nose as you hold the throat. And you're going to start to feel it working here. Now, even me in my personal practice, this was one of the breaths that took me the longest to master, because I just felt I was overthinking it, especially during my asana practice. So practice just sitting down, maybe placing your hands on your knees and coming back to this moment, breathing in from the nose. See if it sounds like beautiful waves. They say that this sound mimics the ocean. So that way you can just have that visualization in your head as you exhale, squeezing those muscles and exhaling from the nose. Great job. We're going to do one last breath all together. This is our balancing breath, our Nadi Shodhana. Our balancing breath is so important in yoga because it really clears out the passages. They say that doing this breath every single day, doing as many repetitions as you can just clear all of the stagnant energy in your body and in your cells. It really activates this healing power. So we start by placing that left hand gently on your left knee. If you're right-handed, it's more comfortable to use your right hand. And we take our index and our middle finger and we just place it in between the eyebrows, closing our left nostril with one finger. So that way your right nostril is free. Just like this, we're going to breathe in from the right nostril as much as we can. Holding that breath, we're going to close both nostrils and just be with this energy. When you can't hold it any longer, exhale, freeing the left nostril. Exhaling out slowly. And then taking a moment with no breath. And you repeat this breath going the opposite direction. Inhaling from the left, blocking both nostrils, and exhaling from the right. The key is to always hold. Breathing in, holding at the top, taking maybe 4 to 5 seconds, exhaling slowly with control out, and then holding the breath as you are empty. So we will do another video just on Nadi Shodhana, so that way you have a more in-depth practice. But I hope you learn something new, that you're ready to try out these pranayamas and practice them every day and do just what's right for you. in that moment, try to listen to what you need. Thank you so much for being here, my dream bees. I am so grateful for you every single day, for learning with me and sharing with me. Have an amazing day, and namaste.